Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son, and the producer. Tonight, the title is Oversharing, which, before I get any further, just want to have a special thank you go out to F3 Energy, which you can see here. It's an amazing beverage that has BCAAs, which are branch chain amino acids, helps with muscle retention and lots of different benefits there, and it tastes great. So tonight, for anyone who's out there joining us, and everyone, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. The first time, there's no charge for readings, so don't be shy. Going forward, after the first time, it's $10 per card, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month for readings, which I think is a pretty sweet deal since we run 3 shows per week. That's normally Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, before I turn it over to Christopher for the evening's readings, it's Mercury retrograde, everybody. I have a quick thought on the title, Oversharing, which is on how not to overshare. Say less. It's simple and extremely effective. Literally pausing in interactions and mentally asking ourselves, how can I say less? Night and day, the difference. I can't even tell you. Try it. It's a great exercise. Tonight's card for the show, the group card, is actually called Shambhala Activations. And one great tool in spirituality on the road to Shambhala is to practice silence. So enjoy the practice. Best of luck to everybody out there, and enjoy the show. Thanks for listening. Here's Christopher.
Hey, great Monday blessings to everybody on the show tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I start the show off by sending a blessing to you. And tonight is to give you more of an enlightened awareness of the worlds. And I say worlds plural because it's not just the physical world, it's the spiritual world, the emotional world, many of the other dimensions. And I've got a phone call. Hey, this is Chris. Okay. Yeah. All right, thank you. No, I have time to talk, but thanks for letting me know. All right, I'll call you later. So that was a call. From Dharma. Dharma is your true calling in life. Get it? Ken and I set that up. Did you guys like it? Dharma is your true calling in life. And so this is the path. This is your path. This is the path that you are on. And this is knowing that your path is unfolding. So that's the group card tonight. Three Dog Night, sung at the best. How does your light shine in the halls of Shambhala? Shambhala is the home of higher beings. It's interdimensional. It's where Buddha dwells, it is said. It's where Shiva dwells. It is where basically we come from and where we're going. It is the halls of light. It is the halls of understanding. And that's why I lit the incense with having this enlightened awareness of the worlds and to look beyond what is going on. to see different worlds, different aspects. So a boulder is placed in our path. How can we look around it, under it, over it, through it? That's the blessing for the show tonight. And the life calling, that call was just for me. So, do you remember when we had, before cell phones? Maybe many of you don't. But before cell phones, we had the dial phone that hung on the wall, and when the phone rang, we'd all run for it, hoping it would be for us. And if we happened to pick it up and the phone said, hey, I want to speak to so-and-so, you'd have to hand the phone over. That's what this is. You have your own personal life calling. You cannot compare that with anyone else. And this life calling was written on your soul when you were born, the moment you were born. And your life path does not need explaining. Therefore, the title of the show, Oversharing. You don't have to overshare. You don't have to explain who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it. You don't need to stand up and defend your life path. Because no one else is on your life path. And it's like you don't need to knock anyone over off the cliff that's on your path, because no one else is on your path. And it's just allowing them to be on their own life path. C'est la vie, okay? So that's the title of the show tonight. Hopefully that's sending you great energy about having this enlightened awareness of your worlds and the unusual things that are happening. I love getting your texts, your feedback, your messages, your calls as to what is going on right now in my life. So we have Teresa, Mason, and Ivani, then Laurel, Marilyn Pitts, Jeff, Lana, Ashley, Laura, so far. Okay? Oh, and Edna's here. I saw Edna's here. Edna's here? Great. All right. So now I'm going to shut my phone off. Okay, we got that done, taken care of. So we don't have any new people on tonight. Last night we had people from New Zealand. That was pretty cool. I love that. All right, my dear Teresa. This is Teresa Nolan. So you've got the reward card. So think about it, Teresa, when you get a present and it's full of that tissue paper. The tissue paper decorates the reward or the present, but it actually isn't the present. It's kind of fluff, right? This is looking past the fluff, or getting past the, what's another word for fluff? It's like rhetoric. Getting past the rhetoric to actually get to the reward and the prize. So there's a reward for you here, and it's at the bottom of the bag, but that's okay. Doesn't matter where in the bag it's actually at, but you know it's in the bag. You've got this in the bag, and it's being able to add it to your collection. There's something coming down the pipe that is unexpected, or doesn't, you would never have thought it would have fit in your life, but it does. It's something that you didn't know that you would love. So sometimes when you first pull it out of the bag, it's like, ooh, what am I going to do with this? It might be your first reaction. You go, oh, okay, just sit with it. You're gonna. It's like growing. There's a new opportunity, new concept, new way of thinking, new way of being in this reward, but it's different. It's a very different way of looking at life. All right, my dear Mason. So Mason, this is the surfer. So do you remember those balance boards at Barb's office, and where you can balance on them? That would really be a great exercise for you to do that more safely, okay? But it's about like standing on one leg and then standing on one leg and closing your eyes and then standing on one leg and holding your arms out. Okay, that helps all build the brain. And then standing on the other leg or standing on an uneven surface. That will help. That's what the surfer card is about for you tonight. Okay, that's good. And Avani, here we go. Avani, lots and lots of cuddles. This is the lover's card. So Teresa Mason, it's important for her to hear this more about love and to be able to feel the love, like feel the projection of the love. And there's something with her having like a really, really soft blanket where she can feel tactile, like work on the tactile with Avani. Like gripping things of different shapes will really help. But lots more hugs, lots more holding. Okay, great. Okay, my dear Laurel. This is Laurel bringing in the energy of the achiever, but it's the recognition. You've got like a C minus in recognition, or in recognizing yourself and your abilities and who you are and what you've accomplished. This is moving it up to an A plus. But it's also, this is your life path, and it's not comparing it to anything or anyone else. How you should be, how you need to be. And clearing, releasing, destroying, and uncreating the need to sacrifice. Yeah, I'm getting some, and we'll talk about this when you come, but there's this residual kind of like a energy clearing from you around this, what do you call this? It's like a insidious belief system where you have to die for a cause. Entrainment. Yeah, thank you, Ken. It's like an entrainment. And this is from a past life. Like, what I'm seeing here is like dying in Roman times, like Christians thrown to the lions. It's like this really icky kind of an energy leaving your field. So you'll feel different tomorrow. I'll just say that. And anywhere where you have in the past died for a cause, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Okay. Wow. You know what? Thank you, Laurel. That kind of cleared the whole thing for everybody on the show tonight. It's a projection, or kind of a, it's kind of like, hey, if I'm going to go to the movie, I have to buy popcorn and red vines. Well, who made that rule up? Oh, I don't know, but you got to do it. It's like, no, you really don't. You can go with a bottle of water, right? It's like, I have to live for a cause, I have to die for a cause. No, this is everyone getting on their own amazing life path and honoring that more. And you're not, and you don't have the ability to go, oh man, I really like her life path a lot better. My God, look at her shoes. Wow, I wish I had the. No. Life path, you're on it, honor it, give yourself kudos, and love your shoes. Love your own shoes. Oh, yes. Here, okay. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, my dear Marilyn Pitts. Here we go. So Marilyn, one of my clients called me today, and I go, "How you doing?" And he goes, "Ugh." I go, "Really?" And he goes, I don't know I don't know. I go, "Okay, let's play a game. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to count to 3, and when I get to 3, answer me. Where's that energy coming from?" So I go, "Where's that energy coming from? 1, 2, 3, and he blurts it out. He goes, "Oh my God, I don't know why I even thought of that." And he blurts out this person's name. And this is when you get sad, I do this. 1, 2, 3, where's this coming from? And then return to sender. This is the sorrow card, but it doesn't feel like your sorrow. There's something coming in that is not yours. Absolutely not yours. You get out of here. That's my favorite line. Anyway, it's telling that energy, you get out of here and you clean it, you clear it. It's not yours. All right, my dear Jeff. I love this. Jeff, this is the Guardian card. So Jeff sent me a picture the other night. He's driving back from, we call it up on the mountain. So Phoenix has so many different landscapes, but up in the mountains, it looks like northern Idaho, that type of place. And he turns a corner and he has his dash cam on, and there's the full moon with a cloud shaped exactly like Batman. I have to show it to you. It was hilarious. But like Batman, if you ever watch any of the cartoons or any of the shows, he just kind of appears and disappears, and you don't even really get a good glimpse of him. So this is you, Jeff, becoming more aware of your guardians, like actually building a relationship with Batman, so to speak, in a metaphorical way. So in my book when I was little, I had this angel. I don't know how else to describe it, but I called him John. And it's not, now I don't really need to see him. I'm just aware that he's around. Because believing is seeing. So this is your belief raising, Jeff. Your belief system is raising and allowing that glass ceiling that existed before to disappear, and so your belief moves beyond the glass ceiling that you've allowed to be erected for whatever reason. This is the Guardian card. Okay. All right, my dear Lanny. So we've got Lana, Ashley, Nicole, Laura, Edna, Gina, Teresa, Jared, Kat, and Tiffany. So Lana, this is so when we're with a person, we get used to love being in their presence, with their touch, with their hugs, with their kisses, with their words. So one of the exercises I work when I work with people is I have them hold up their hand, and then my hand comes in, and you don't have to touch each other, but you can actually feel the energy, right? Sometimes people describe it as heat or kind of an electrical feeling or a magnetic feeling. You can actually feel it. You know, you can even close your eyes and know how close you are to their hand. This is you feeling the presence or improving on your abilities to experience this love in a different way. It's not just from Harley, it's from those that are on the other side. And looking at the love of your life path, like how you've been guided, and then loving people who have stumbled on their life path. You don't love the stumble, you don't love their behavior, but you can love the person, and even when they're not doing really good on their lessons in life. Giving them the answers doesn't really help. That's not really love, and I know you know that. But this is your ability to, like, sense Harley, sense these people that you've loved and love, and help them move on, or not move on, but help them move with you. They're not stuck. Okay, I didn't mean to say move on, but for you to move on in your abilities, and you use that love because they can feel that energy, and that energy isn't just local. It is an energy that goes throughout the universe. Okay. Ashley. Okay. Passion, passion, passion. This is you focusing on your passion, not giving any attention to what anyone else is saying or doing, to try to so when you think about Britney Spears performing, or Lady Gaga, they're not worried about all the thousands of fans because they have bodyguards. Like they're well taken care of. They're well looked after, so that they can focus on their passion and on their light, their purpose. and not be distracted by a surly fan or a stalker or whatever. This is them focusing on who they are. Focus on that in any way, shape, or form that you're feeling not qualified, don't know the answers. That passion will open up doorways for those answers to be there when you need them, or for the solution to be there when you need them. It's the feeling of the passion, the love of what it is that you're doing and you're moving into. Very powerful. All right, my dear Laura. Okay, so Laura, this is you being the queen bee. I'm going to tell everybody, you know what, if after the show you can listen to that Three Dog Night song, Shambhala, How Does the Light Shine in the Halls of Shambhala? It's such an uplifting song. And so Laura, anywhere where you've had a belief that you have to do it all, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Because they're showing me a queen bee. The queen bee has hundreds, if not thousands, of workers. And they play their role. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate, having to do everyone's role? This is you getting back to your life path, honoring that, and letting the workers do what their life path is. And anywhere where you were raised where you felt you had to do it all or be all, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? It's okay for me to be served. All right, so Laura, think about, maybe this will help. Think about going to a restaurant and you sit at the table and then you get up and you get the menus and then you look at the menus and then you go to the kitchen and okay, I'm gonna go order a hamburger. And then you cook the hamburger and then you bring it back and then you eat it, and then you get up and you pay for it. You allow yourself to be served. So think of this in a bigger way. This is allowing the universe to take your order, to place it, and then return it. Okay, anywhere, okay, here we go. This is going to everybody, okay. Anywhere where you've adopted a belief that you have to work hard for the money. I'm not just talking about that song. Who sings that?
I'll look it up.
But even that song, Kennan's looking it up. I work hard for the money, you know. Even that song is like an entrainment with the society that we live in. Donna Summer. Donna Summer. I work hard for the money. Okay. Even that entrainment. So anywhere, Laura, thanks for being on the show tonight. If I'm like, but this is like, sometimes when we come on the show, right? When you're on the show, it's like a pivotal point, and it's a pivotal point for everybody. So anywhere where anyone on the show has a belief system where they have to work hard for the money, are you really willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? And allow yourself to be served by the universe. Because if you have a belief system that you have to work hard for the money, the universe goes, well, okay, well, I guess she wants that, so whatever. So this is changing the energy around that, Laura. Hope that helps. All right. Yeah, Teresa Lopez says Donna Summer.
That's she knew. Yeah.
I love that you know that, Teresa. Oh, okay. All right, my dear Edna. Woo. Okay. So all right, my dear Edna. Anywhere. This is the delusion card. Okay. All right, here we go, dear. Anywhere where you've been named after somebody and took on the persona or the need to live up to that person or even have that name associated with you, or have like an implant of another life purpose, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? And that's and releasing, clearing, destroying, and uncreating other people's delusions that have been put upon you. Their delusions. Okay, that's all right. Now it's moving. I can feel it. I know you can feel it too. I love that. Delusions about identity, delusions about money, delusions about relationships, delusions about love, delusions. Release, clear, destroy, and create. So this is really, again, it's hitting a lot of people on the show tonight too, in a good way. It's like moving through all of you. So fantastic. Like, I want to hear from you in the next few days, any of you and all of you, about how you're feeling with this. All right, my dear Gina. You buy something at the store, it doesn't fit. Do you just kind of go, oh, I don't want to bother anybody by returning it? This is leaving the good to get to the great. And releasing the fear of the good for fear it might get worse. Does that make sense? It's like, it's about moving forward. It is going to get greater. So when you get this card, this is the ecstasy card. So it's even beyond happiness and joy. It's like continuing to move up. What brings you just a light-hearted ecstasy, a light-hearted heart, and moving more into that. That's what's happening here. So I love that you pulled this card, and that it's resonating with everybody in the show. I can feel it from Heather all the way up to Teresa, and everybody in between. Okay. All right.
Teresa asks.
Teresa Lopez.
She's asking a specific question.
You're asking a spiritual question about opening a spiritual shop. Should we do this right now? Well, disappointment. Wait. If you did it right now, there would be some disappointment. But you also got the growth card. So when you watch the show Cinderella, the old Disney cartoon years ago, and the fairy godmother the lights were swirling and you weren't sure like what's happening, or even when Cinderella, right, had the bibbidi bobbidi boo put on her and she's transforming from servant girl to Cinderella with the dress and the shoes and the hair. There was this kind of like forming of it, and that's what it feels like. There's growth here, but it's not exactly like a spiritual shop. So let it set for a few days, and we can talk about it when I come out. But it doesn't feel bad, but right now there's some reformulating going on right now. Seeing a clearer picture. It's like it's materializing, but not necessarily in exactly the form that you're thinking. Okay. Jared and Kat, and then Tiffany and Heather. So Jared, we all get overly sensitive right now sometimes, and what is that? Oh, do you remember that show? It used to be on TV called Fear Factor, and sometimes they'd have you put your hand in a black box, and they would have like tarantulas or snakes in there or something, or maybe it would be just like a sliced up apple or a grapefruit, but it felt horrible. Whatever it was. This is pull your hand out of that box. It's the mind going and imagining that a grapefruit is roadkill or something that you're feeling. It's like where the mind is this is energy to bring your mind back. My Ford F-150 is not a self-driving Tesla. So if I'm driving down the road in my Ford F-150 and I go, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go make myself a sandwich in the back seat. I'm gonna be in trouble. This is taking control back of the wheel. And then stop bringing your senses back. So you know what? Remember those old Scope commercials where people would be at work and they'd come in and they'd find a bottle of Scope on their desk with a note? It's like there are people out there that have really bad breath. They have bad juju. They have bad intentions. They have bad energy. Oh, well. Return to Cinder. You use Scope. Return all of those senses that you're picking up on. It's not yours. So that's all. That's really necessary to clear that. All right, my dear cat. And the cat, you've got this aspiration card again. So when you go shopping for clothes, so just for the fun of it over the weekend, and never ever do this, by the way, I'm going to tell everybody, don't go shopping for travel trailers in Phoenix in the summer. Don't do that. I thought I was going to die. And I did it for like 10 minutes ago. I can't do this. But I just thought it would be fun because I have a friend of mine, a guy I work with at the university that lives in his RV, travels around. And it's just like I went up last weekend or weekend before last and helped him in Flagstaff, which it was 72 degrees. It was just like so beautiful up there. But my point of telling you this story is immediately when I would walk into an RV, cat, I'm like, nope. I mean, literally just peeked my head in. No, I knew it was not, but it helped me define what it is exactly I wanted. It's important for you to define more what it is exactly that you want. If you were to buy a dress and it was a perfect dress, but it had ruffles from the 1950s all over the top, no. It could be the perfect color, perfect length, perfect cut, blah, blah, blah. Ruffles, no. Not on you, cat. No. Cat does not do ruffles. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, this or something better. So that's what I'm saying with Teresa Lopez, right? Earlier, it's kind of like that, Teresa, where not quite. Don't settle for not quite. Raise your aspirations, cat. Excuse me. Okay, Tiff, here we go. Illumination. Okay, Supergirl. Your X-ray vision is really going to town. Trust what you're seeing. Trust what you're seeing through. Just like Supergirl, right? You're kind of seeing the bone structure the nervous system, just like Supergirl would with her X-ray vision. Trust that. You have the ability to see through no matter what people are telling you. No, I don't have any bones in my hand. What are you talking about? Trust that. Trust that in you, that you have the ability, even though people will try to pull the wool over your eyes, and let them know. You can let them know. Or actually they know you know. So this is a superpower that's developing. Just really, really trust it. It's illumination. It's psychic power. However you want to term that word, psychic power, it's very important. I just get... Can you give yourself better credit for writing and what a good writer you are? Academically. Okay. All right, my dear Heather. We got everybody then? Can you look up Osiris? Who was Osiris? So Heather, this is the strength card. Osiris, so what I'm getting with you is, I keep hearing the word Osiris. Came from Lower Egypt. He was god of... Can you scroll up a little bit? He was a god of fertility, which is giving birth to new ideas, new ways of being, but also the embodiment of the dead and the resurrected king. So lapis lazuli is important for you. The stone lapis lazuli. And you can do some more research on this. So after your personal reading this past weekend, which was very, very powerful, like it was really, really incredible. Doing those exercises that we talked about and those things that came up in the reading, it's going to deepen your appreciation. So it's something about, you can read about something and kind of get an understanding of it, but it's not until you actually do it. I mean, you can read about knitting, right? You can read about crochet, you can read about quilting, right? But until you actually do it, it's a whole different ballgame. You're moving into experiencing more of that, and you're kind of done reading about it. And you have the strength. You don't have to pray for strength. Don't ever pray for strength. You've got the strength to understand or now begin to experience some of these enlightened awarenesses of other worlds. That's what I lit the incense on tonight. is to bless everybody for and with their enlightened essence or enlightened understanding of other worlds. So this is your life path. Yeah, so lapis is good, Heather. Yeah. Yeah. If you lapis lazuli, it's the same lapis. Yeah. It's just a longer name. Like I say Heather, but I don't say every time. I don't go Heather McBriar. Heather McBriar. It's like Lapis's last name is Lazuli. So when you say lapis, it is Lazuli. When I say Heather, it is McBriar. Okay. I love you all so much. Ken and I so much enjoy doing this show. Thank you, by the way, for your contributions. It really does help keep the show going. And love you all. We'll do this again Wednesday night. Take care.